Welcome back. The Super Bowl promo is officially here in Madden Mobile 25, and I'll be showing you guys what you should be doing throughout it. So let me get straight into it. Starting up with our 8 Mythic players. Out of drop 1, we have Patrick Mahomes, Jalen Hurts, Saquon Barkley, Dallas Goedert, Nick Bolton, Joe Thuney, Xavier Worthy, and last but not least, Zach Bond. We have some extra players in drop 1. Other promos get 6 Mythics. This one has 8 Mythics just because it is a Super Bowl promo with only Chiefs and Eagles players, knowing that that is the players for Super Bowl 59. Let's head into it and see what we got. We have a Pro Bowl point attack comeback challenge, which I'll make a separate video for the comeback challenge on how to beat it. You're versing at 6,002 overall and a comeback in the fourth quarter. You get 5 Super Bowl reward tickets, which is for the reward board, which you can get an epic player for free at a 2.22% chance. Obviously, it is a low percent of a chance, but still, that is a Super Bowl epic player. If you randomly can click on it, obviously it's different for everybody. If you guys find it and you're like, oh, it's right there, and then you share it, it's not right there. It's different for everybody. There might be like 8 different ways to get it, or maybe more, who knows. But yeah, it's just different throughout the whole thing. So we have the PA attack main screen. There is even a halftime challenge, which I'm going to choose the Chiefs, and then the locks. Okay. Oh, you get a free epic player here. So there's 2 ways to get epic player throughout the halftime challenge, which is cool, and the reward board, which you can get by playing the comeback challenge because you get tickets, and plus if you play Skyline, you can get tickets as well. So you can stack those up and then get the reward board rewards. So that's nice. But halftime challenge does have a free epic right there, which it is, I'm guessing, a random. Doesn't say select, so I'm guessing it's a random. And then there is a stadium, Super Bowl stadium, Super Bowl 59 stadium, and a Super Bowl premium 25 nameplate. That's cool. Not too bad. So heading into Skyline, we have the any overall, gold, and elite. That's how it kind of, is. Any overall, you can just play it. And then if you're 2,975 overall, you play these events. But if you are 3,835 overall, you play these events, and these are the best events to play. So we have right here the one event at the end, which is 150 event stamina for 150 Super Bowl points, which is for your Super Bowl event pass. That's where you get extra rewards. Obviously, if you want to spend the money, which I think it's $30. Yeah, I mean there's an $8 one too, but you don't get that much rewards. But still, I think that's kind of crazy expensive for just a promo pass. But yeah, there's a free section in there. You get the points, you get up and get some free rewards, which is cool in a way. But you also get the Super Bowl reward tickets, and you get 2 of those, and that's for the reward board. Now there is, out of the 2,975 overall event, another one at the end, which you get 1 Super Bowl ticket and only 75 of the Super Bowl points for the event pass. So play the one right here, the last event of the 2,975 overall one. And for the 3,835 overall one, play the last event. Just do it once, because you only play once per reset of that given day at 10:30 a.m. Eastern every single day. It resets. Obviously, every event resets. But the main goal, if you're in the highest overall events, is the 30 Super Bowl points and the 60 Super Bowl tokens. Tokens are for your players. Now, there's 2 of these events. There is make 2 field goals, and there is win the game in the fourth quarter. Play both of those. Make sure you guys hit your 1 refill every single day so you can go ahead and get more out of the promo, so you can get a mythic. And I do advise saving up your tokens because there's going to be many other drops throughout the Super Bowl promo. Drop 1 is heavy, 8 players, right? But there's going to be some other drops heading our way, so there could be some other Chiefs and Eagles players that you guys would want over the first 8. So just to keep that in mind, save your tokens just in case. Also, Super Bowl MVP, remember that too. Let's just say, for an example, the Chiefs win Super Bowl 59 and Patrick Mahomes gets the Super Bowl MVP. He already has a card in the game, right? So that simply just means they'll give him an MVP card, which will have higher overall. Obviously, it's the MVP, new art, and all that. And I'm guessing you could trade in his current Super Bowl iconic for the MVP one with some other stuff probably in addition. So there will probably be 2 different variants of that Patrick Mahomes card. But then again, that's the example. We'll have to wait and find out how that goes. And now we're going to head into the journey, which you will select one side. As you guys should know, I am a Giants fan. I would never root for the Eagles to win a Super Bowl. Obviously, the Chiefs being there as well. I mean, it's not that bad, you know, but obviously, Patrick Mahomes, Taylor Swift. I mean, you know what? It doesn't matter. I'm on the Chiefs side for the Super Bowl. Just go on your three-peat and move on, I guess. But you get a bunch of tokens right here. 850 tokens throughout the Super Bowl promo with some rares and uncommons, which is fantastic as well. You just play this event in the middle, and then I'm guessing you get more because you're going to verse the Ravens, and I think you're going to verse another team. It's week 1 right here. So that's a cool little journey. It's not like a row of events you have to play throughout a journey. It's just one, and then it probably switches to another. So that is pretty cool as well. And that's everything. That's the PA point attack at the beginning. Skyline is your main events that reset every single day. You have your journey and your rewards that you will get over time. Again, your tickets throughout playing your events. And I guess your main event over here, the comeback challenge. I can't wait to play this. It's going to be pretty fun. Hopefully it's easy. Knowing it is a 6,000 plus overall team. Now, when you guys go ahead and play throughout the whole entire main events, obviously, which is simply just the Skyline, because that's where you get your Super Bowl tokens. You would take your tokens and put them in towards the trades, which you will go ahead and put 95 of the Super Bowl tokens in for one uncommon. You can do select. Don't advise doing it right away. Uncommon plus, it is a gamble. You can pull up to, obviously, a it says rare or epic Super Bowl player. You can't pull an iconic out of these anymore, or maybe just for this promo, but it says this trade may reward up to a rare or epic Super Bowl player. When you open an uncommon plus, you usually pull a couple rares. An epic is very lucky if you can pull it, which is cool if you do, knowing that the other ones usually say you can pull up to an iconic. Maybe it's hard to get a rare and epic, and uncommon plus is not worth it, but then again, it is a gamble. It's up to you. It can for sure help your grind throughout the Super Bowl promo, just because if you luckily get an epic or 2 or more, you're speeding up the grind, because now you don't need to go ahead and put your Super Bowl tokens into the uncommons for the rares for the epic. Obviously, uncommon plus, depending on how much tokens you put into it. I mean, if you pull an epic, you're saving tokens realistically, and that's fantastic. Now, obviously, you guys are going to want to do the 8 specific uncommons for the 2 rares. Might as well, because you're saving 2 uncommons instead of doing this trade right here, which is 5 uncommons, 5 uncommons, which is 10 uncommons for 2 rares. 8 for 2, way better. Then you're going to go in and put your rare players in towards the random epic. Do it 3 times or 6 times, doesn't matter. If obviously if you want a mythic, you're going to do it like 6 times. Let's just say, for the example, you want the iconic Saquon Barkley twice to get his mythic, right? You're going to want to do the random 6 times, just because you need 6 randoms, right? You're not going to do a select for Saquon when you can randomly pull his epic in the random. If you randomly pull his epic in the random, you can do the random epic trade more than 6 times, which is fantastic. So you can keep on doing that and doing that and doing that. But if you don't pull his epic in the random, then obviously you're gonna have to select it, which if you don't pull his epic in the random out of 8, plus when there's more players dropping throughout the game, it's gonna get way more harder to pull his epic out of the random. But just saying, towards the start, you should be able to pull it out of the 8. The chance is it's there, so hopefully you do get that. But yeah, make sure you do the random. If you need to select the epic, then you do that when you need to. And if you don't want to get a mythic player, right, you can do the random iconic and just get a bunch of random iconic players throughout the Super Bowl promo, which then you can go ahead and do the random epic trade multiple times. Never select if you're going to do a random iconic trade. It's just stupid if you do that. But yeah, these are the mythics. We got Patrick Mahomes, Jalen Hurts, Saquon Barkley, Sack, Bond, Dallas Goedert, Nick Bolton, Joe Thuney, and Xavier Worthy. A lot of people were pretty upset with, Xavier Worthy. They were like, we could have got AJ Brown or, DeAndre Hopkins, Devontae Smith. Like, there was options there, instead of Xavier Worthy. But this is kind of like a Tyreek Hill build in a way. He's a little bit taller than Tyreek Hill. He's fast. I mean, with boost, obviously, it's a little different for everybody. Your Xavier Worthy could be lower in stats and overall, or higher in stats and overall, depending on where your wide receiver boost is in your team training. Same for any of these players. Like Saquon, my halfback boost is the highest, so my Saquon's a 180 overall with 197 speed. So yeah, but there will be other drops, so save your tokens if you want to. This is the first drop there. There's nothing more to the Super Bowl promo but that. And yeah, that is pretty much it. It's a generic promo where you guys go ahead and play throughout your events to get your tokens to get your players. Straight up. There's 2 free epics that you get. And it is, well, for the reward board, if you get it first try, you get it first try. If you get it a couple tries later, that's overtime. So that's the overtime factor of getting an epic player. And this, though, obviously it's overtime because it's locked for a week and 2 days for the Super Bowl. So this will drop on February 9th at halftime. So yeah, that's just how you'll get that epic. So it's later on. Just so you know, you'll get 2 epic players throughout the Super Bowl promo if you just go ahead and play it, which is cool. That is your Super Bowl promo. I'll give the art, honestly, could be better. It's interesting art. I think the color is a little weird in a way. And the design that they have, the animation's all right. I'll give the art a 6 out of 10, and I'll give the Super Bowl promo a 7.5 out of 10. I think that's very solid for it. Could have done more with the events, and I think the card art could have been way better. But yeah, I guess that's just how the color is for the Super Bowl, but I don't know. I think they could have made it a little bit cooler in many ways. But that's going to do it. I hope you did enjoy. Drop a like down below if you haven't already, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.